Back here again, welcome back to Resonant Rise. I'm here on the server. My LP network is sat at full, and if you may have noticed it, I've got a little redstone receiver there, wireless redstone receiver, and I've also got one up above the other Master Ritual Stone. So of course this is a Master Ritual Stone for the regen. Above that is a Master Ritual Stone for the feathered knife, and what I've got down here is I've just got a little, at the minute, just a lever and the transmitter there, so I can check when my system needs stuff putting in. At the minute it doesn't, so I can just turn it off. Otherwise, I'm just, whenever I'm here, I'm constantly regenerating and getting damaged. But if the thing don't need it, then it don't need it, so that's good. So I've just got that turned manually switched for now. I did try that. Dave has showed me how to do it with a comparator, but I can't seem to get it to work. The blood orb in here puts out a signal to a comparator when the blood orb's full, which is of course the 1 million. So not the altar, but the actual blood orb. So you can use that to set the trigger condition for the wireless, turn it on and off, which is pretty cool. But I can't seem to get it to work, so I'm going to ignore that for now. Now, I've just done a Farmcraft episode because my gear's getting a bit of a state, and in the Farmcraft episode I covered this thing, the Osmotic Enchanter. Apparently it's getting taken out though, because since hasn't added the infusion enchanting, which, for being honest, I personally find a little bit tedious. It's a bit long-winded. Apparently Vasky has got to take this out, so yeah, it's a shame. Well, I like this. I thought it was quite good. Well, this, what you do is you use your wand to enchant stuff instead of your levels. So, for example, these are all enchanted, so I can show it on there. So you can see we could add protection, repair, haste, and feather falling. We can add all them onto there. And to get all them, it's going to cost 219 air, 152 terror. So you can't set the boots out, you can't change it once you start it. So 88 Fiducio. Everything else we should be able to get for that, apart from the Fiducio is going to be a bit hard to get because I haven't got a node yet. But there you go, you can see I can add all them to it, and instead of using levels, it just uses that. But apparently it's coming out, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah. Just so you know what I've been doing in the Farmcraft episodes, I've also made this thing, which the one can sit on and get recharged from the nodes, which is pretty cool. So I can get everything recharged apart from Fiducio, because I haven't got a node for that yet. But that's why this is going to take a little while. And I think it's just really awesome the way it puts the item on top. Really cool looking. But yeah, bit of a shame. So I add this yet? No, I won't do this yet because I don't like moving around. Screw it, I'll do it. I've got to do it all again now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Max, everything max, please. Everything that this can have on it. And feather falling, so I don't take damage. You press this little button there, and it'll start pulling from the wand what it can. And you'll see there, it's going to be well short on Fiducio, so I shall come back and finish this off next time I cut camera, but we might as well let it fill up everything else while we're here. So of course the one's only got 100 in it, so it's going to take everything down, and then what I can do is I can leave that on there, go about my business, and I'll come back in a bit. But I've just got to run around slowly now while that's happening. Right, let's head down to the farm then. I've did quite a bit of work on the farm yesterday. It wasn't keeping up, but as it wasn't keeping up. I didn't like it. I ended up I used a bound axe, and I actually chopped the top of the boiler off, so I lost temperature, so I had to start again anyway. So I cleared all this area out. I've actually made it so it's 2 farms, so there's 2 separate harvesters here, 2 separate planters, each one's a 9x9. I had real trouble lighting this, so I've put loads of inverted white lamps around, because with torches around the edge or lights up the top, all the saplings in the middle, they weren't getting enough light, so they was unplanting themselves. So I've had to do that, and this is actually a bit easier. I've done it a bit simpler than it was. So basically what we've got is power runs out and goes down to both the planters, and then the item ducts go to from the harvesters to the planters and then back up that way. And to actually get the power into the harvester to keep it tidy, I've used two of them transvector interfaces from Farmit Tinkerer. So you can see that the power's going in there, and that power is actually linked to the side of this harvester. So that's how they're getting power. Transvector interface is really awesome. I like them a lot. So this is just set to extract this item duct under there. The item ducts in the planters, of course, is set to input just saplings, and that's set with a wrench so that it's the pipe's green. If you remember when I did that, excuse me. So let's break that so I can get out. So Pokefin's just making his, I still can't type. Pokefin's making his Farmium tipped silverwood wand. So just so you know what I was talking about, which is the way to there. It's there, innit? There we go. So of course what I mentioned a minute ago was the pipes right next to the planters are both wrenched, so they've got that green thing on, which means items will go there before anything else. See that the mode it's in, if you look at the top on my whaler, is vacuum. So you can have dense, vacuum, or normal. So everything else is set to normal, then the planters set to vacuum. So saplings will go first. If they can't go into there, then they'll end up in the... It's a little bit too high. They'll end up in there. So we've got 26,000 saplings in there, 5,000 apples, and then what I've done, instead of having all the sawmill and stuff like that, I decided to simplify it all because I was getting quite decent castle lighting style. I'll have a think. So all I've got is the product goes straight into the deep storage unit. Deep storage unit's using a translocator, and that's made a steam oven. Steam oven's really straightforward. It's just you get 4 blocks for a furnace with 8 steel plates around it. So let's have a look at it. Steam oven. The furnace, 8 steel plates gets you 4 blocks. So you need 2 of these to make the multi-structure because it needs 8 blocks in total. So it's just 16 steel plates, 2 furnaces. Gets you this steam oven. It can do 9 things at a time. It just keeps it all stocked, and it'll exit things straight into a boiler if it's next to a boiler. But that's just keeping that stocked with 1 stack of charcoal all the time. So that's really nice. By the time this got to temperature, it only had 5,000 wood because of me needing to, because it was running low anyway, and I needed reheating. And you can see since yesterday it's gone up 50,000 or so. Just doing it nice and simple. And then, of course, on the front, this wasn't quite keeping up with 2 engines, so while I was making more, I just made it so there's 8. And because this is 8 engines, now the conduit that we're using, I've done all the wrong blocks, haven't I? Scruffy. Let's not do that, let's still use the right ones. The conduit I'm using here, if you look at it, if you look at it in your inventory, it can only carry 80 RF, the same as the basic leadstone cell. But because we've got the hardened energy cell, we can actually get a 400 in, 400 out, but that can only carry 80 at a time, which is enough for this. So these aren't running out; these are taking 80 at a time each. But it was running out when you combine them both together. So I've made these pipes better. Seeing these ones, these are called hardened energy conduit. That's pretty straightforward. Hardened. Here we go, hardened energy conduit. So just 3 normal leadstone ones that can carry 80, and then a couple of invar, some redstone, turns them into 3 hardened ones which carry 400. So if you add them together, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, it's 320. So there's 320 going through that. So 10 engines would take that to its maximum capacity of what can go through it. And of course we'd need that same kind of pipe to take the maximum capacity out of this cell. But as it's going, as it happens, that's kind of working nice. So that's pretty much all I've done down here, apart from one last little bit. Cover that up. This is nice and tidy. I started hollowing this out because I think I'm going to use this once I've got some materials in an A network. I'm going to start using this as my atomic science area, I think, and learn atomic science and big reactors and stuff like that. So they'll probably be down there because I don't think there'll be room for them up in my base. And I've missed some. I haven't finished the roof there, have I? That's a bit scruffy. I'll sort that out later. The other thing I've done is the old usual squid with a rancher, filling up the chest here, and I've also got the regulated 64 going to the truffle white ender chest. So if anyone at spawn wants to grab any ink, they can just grab it out there, and the regulator will replace it. So there's always a stack in there. Wonderful. Same as what Nicholas did for me on the Utopia server. So communal ink. I am the ink guy. Ka-choo, ka-choo, ka-choo. So yeah, that's that. So now we've got power to run a boiler. Oh, there's just messing around here as well. I wanted some cactus. So I've just done a little thing here with a block breaker from Open Blocks, which is really noisy, which is why I've got the sound muffler on there. So redstone clock from Extra Utilities, and a sound muffler from Extra Utilities, and just a standard wooden chest. So every time the cactus grows, the block breaker breaks it, sucks it in there. It's gradually going to get me a bit of cactus. I'm in no rush for it, so just pulling me a little bit of cactus in when I need as I want to get it. Right, so what I want to look at then is we have got power now. So we aren't using hardly any power from this. Where were we? There. So that's ticking a bit, but it's not really running that much. That's ticking a bit. I'm pretty sure that'll be ticking a bit. So we are taking some power out of this, but I'm pretty sure we've got quite a bit of capacity left in the steam boiler here. So it's going to be good enough to run a quarry. Now we could just run a normal quarry, but what we've got in this mod pack, let's get out of here because it's bloody noisy. Let's get up here to where it's nice and peaceful. Let's go right from the roof. What we've got in this mod pack is Quarry Plus. Quarry, is it all one word? Plus. Quarry Plus. Now this adds quite a few good things. What it does is, first of all, it adds the actual Quarry Plus itself, which takes a standard quarry, redstone diamond chipset, pulsating chipset, and yellow pipe wire from the Buildcraft silicon stuff, and 8 chests. It upgrades it to a Quarry Plus. Now, then after that, we can create this thing, Enchant Mover, which takes advanced crafting table, assembly table, anvils. So it's quite expensive, 4 lasers. So I'm going to get all this stuff ready off camera, start putting all this stuff together. What this can do is we can enchant a diamond pick in a normal enchanting station, or in my new osmotic enchanter, and we can give it efficiency 4, unbreaking 3, fortune 3, and then we can use that enchant mover to move that enchant off the pick onto the quarry. So the quarry is actually enchanted with fortune. I'm not 100% sure fortune works. I'm presuming it will do. I know for a fact efficiency and unbreaking works. Unbreaking, does that make it use a bit less power? Not really sure. I'm gonna have to check the documentation again. But you can enchant the quarry, which is kind of nuts. This thing can do 256 by 256 rather than just 64 by 64 of a normal quarry. So I'm going to set up. I'm going to make a couple of Mistcraft ages, try and get a flat one that's reasonable. If after I made a couple, I let Dave know I was going to make a couple, and he wanted me to anyway, to see what the how the server load handles it and that. Now, what I didn't ask him was, should I cheat the booking, or do I have to go finding pages? And I don't want to cheat the booking without asking him. So I'm just going to make a couple of random ages, see if we get a flat one. If we do, I'm going to use a dark, the deep dark that gets added by Extra Utilities. And I'm going to set up a massive 256 by 256, see if it tips the server over. The other thing we can do with this is, if we put a pump plus, which is an upgraded pump, 64 tanks, so a lot of glass, shit. Some fluid pipe and some fluid pipe. If we put that next to the quarry, we can actually set it so that the quarry can handle lava and water that it comes across in the quarry, and it contains it rather than has to go around it, which is kind of awesome. There's a couple of other things it adds in here as well. There's the status checker we use to see what things we've got set in these. The list edit I'm not sure about, or the liquid selector, but the Refinery Plus is much quicker refinery for refining Buildcraft oil into fuel. and the laser plus, I guess, has more throughput than a normal laser. And this is creative only. That's just infinite MJ source for testing stuff, and that looks just like an upgraded landmark for doing the big stuff. So I'm going to start making some of these bits now. If you look on the thread of the person who makes this mod, they said as of 22nd of November they're no longer working on that mod, so probably going to be the last version of this mod we have. So if you fancied making a big quarry, now is probably the time to test it, because it probably won't be in the next updates when modded Minecraft starts going to 1.7 or whatever. So this might be the last version of this we get, so if you want to have a go at a big quarry, now's the time. Right, I'm going to go get loads of bits ready. It's going to take me a while. Once I've got all that together, I shall be back, and we'll see about putting some of this together. Back in a bit. Okay then, I am back, and I think I'm partly ready to go. I've got some bits in here. In fact, I'll just need one quarry. I do just need one quarry, that's it, that's okay. I've got the bits in here ready to make a standard Buildcraft quarry, which we're going to do just now. And I built a second diamond pickaxe, which we are going to use for something different. And if I come over here, I'm going to stick that quarry in there. That ain't going to work, is it? Why you no work? Assembly table. Quarry. 2 redstone diamond chipsets, that's what. Oh yeah, that's right. 2 redstone diamond chipsets. Full Satan chipset, 16 yellow wire. That's where I've gone wrong. 16 yellow wire, 8 chests. I've only made 8 yellow wire, so I need iron ingot, piece of redstone, and a yellow dye. There we go. And now if we jump back up here again, and first of all we need to make a yellow pipe wire, which should make very quickly. Oh, I've disconnected that. These lasers draw power all the time now. I don't think it's any kind of power that would cause me any trouble, but as I study here anyway, I thought I might as well just disconnect that. There we go. This power, of course, is just free from the hydrogen generators, electrolytic separators, and the hydrogen generators. I'm sure Sam will like seeing that one if he watches the video. Right, 16 of them. Okay, quarry plus then. So we make it in an assembly table. Takes, as you can see there, it takes a lot of power. It takes 320,000 power. So what does a redstone chipset take? Because they take quite a while. The redstone chipset takes 80,000. No, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. So go away, you. So that's going to work away. While that's working, on the server at the minute is Sam and Poke, and Dave's talking to us via the console. So if you look in the chat, if I can remember also open the chat, there's Dave talking at us via the server console. Right, so now I've got that cooking, what I want to do next, and this is part of why I went to this Farmcraft episode earlier, to part of why I do this Farmcraft area earlier to get this osmotic enchanting set up was because of this, because I want to get specific enchants on this diamond axe. I want it to have, yep, I want it to have, let's turn NAI off. Efficiency 5, Breaking 3, and Fortune 3. So in this it's going to cost 192 Pedicio. Okay, that's going to be a bit of an issue because I actually got a Pedicio node, but we can start that, and so that's going to drain this one down. Pretty much most things are going to be drained right down, but I shall have to go hunting for some of that stuff. The one was full, so I only need to fill it up a second time, and what that's going to do is going to give us a real nice enchanted diamond pickaxe with maximum efficiency and breaking and fortune. Then the next thing we're going to need, so I'll leave that there for now. The next thing we're going to need is Well, one thing I'm going to need is a couple of pumps. So let's just craft them in it. Yeah, let's just craft them in here. So a couple of pumps. So I've got some of the bits ready for these. These take, remember the order, I think it's that way. Yeah, so a mining well first, and then a mining well gets combined with 2 BC tanks. So 1, 2 to become pumps, and then we're going to combine them. Let's just, oops, wrong thing. Let's press 0 in the right place. We're going to make 2 of these pump pluses. So we're going to need 64 of them tanks. That's 8 stacks of glass. We need 8 golden fluid pipes, which is nice and easy, and 32 stone fluid pipes, nice and easy. So I need 40 cactus, which is why I've got a little cactus farm growing downstairs. I've got 40 up here, yeah. 36 there, and hopefully I've got 4 more in here. 3, of course I have. Of course I'm 1 short. So I'll get them cooking. So that's really simple. That's just a case of cooking the cactus up. Oh, I should have some more cactus green down there actually, shouldn't I? I have. I've got 1. Look at that. Perfect. So gold and stone. 32 stone. That's what fuck tells me. Due to infusion enchanting at Azanar's request. That's regarding the osmotic enchanter, apparently. So that gets us 40 of them things. And the infusion, I think I mentioned this earlier, the infusion crafting, I like it, but you've got to do it all one at a time. So if you wanted to, 1, 2, 3, 4, if you wanted to do like protection 4, and so there's 4 separate infusions, and then if you wanted to do what goes with protection, repair, so there's another 2, so there's 6, and then if you add like haste, there's another 3, so there's 9. Featherfall, more again, so it adds up and it adds up until you're doing loads of enchants on 1 piece of kit. So yeah, I don't know. Right, so stone transport pipes, make all these waterproof like so, and then I'm just going to need 8 stacks of glass, which I should have by now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm a little bit short, so let's make some more cobble into sand. So it's a little bit quicker in the Met Crusher because I've got the 9 upgrades than it is in the Sawmill at the minute, because I've only got the double laid, not the octadic. So I need to upgrade them to octadic ones at some point. Now for this, I'm also going to make a network, which I should probably do off the camera, because that's things that people see me do plenty of times. What's it need here? It needs 30 odd. Whoops. Let's get all these into order while we're waiting. Come on. And let's go check our enchant while we're on with it. So how this works is, I can take the wand out, I can go refill the wand now. I can't take the pickaxe out because it's in progress, so that's stuck in there until we're done. But I can take that out, I can go on. For now, I'm going to put it on here, so the aspects fill up from my captured nodes, and then when they're drained, I shall go and look for some Fiducio. There's a couple. I've got a couple near my base, a couple of small ones, and I'll get them added in like that. Right, have we got enough here yet? We have. So I'm down to 4 bits of glass. Bloody hell. So 64 of them. Smashing. So into here. Oh shit. Come here, you. Into here, we're going to want 2 pumps, 32 stone, 32 gold fluid pipes, 64 tanks. That lets us make a pump plus. So once a quarry plus is finished, that'll make it a pump plus. Then we're going to need. How do I make them guys? Oh shit. Okay, so we're going to need 3 of them. So we'll need 12 redstone golden chipsets as well. Wow, it's adding up, innit? So 12 redstone, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 12 gold. We'll get them in there as well, and get them cooking. And else we're going to need an enchant mover, so we need an anvil, and another assembly table. 4 more lasers, 4 more diamond chipsets, enchantment table. Right, so I'll cut the camera, I'll go get this sorted. I'm also going to need power, so for that we're going to use a, what's the thing called, from Ender.io. At Ender.io we're going to use this guy, dimensional transceiver, and I'm going to connect it to the quarry. No, I'm not. I'm going to connect it to the boiler downstairs. So I'm going to use some steel. I'm going to make some industrial steam engines. So I need to actually add up this at some point. Have I? What's going on there? Oh, got a bit lagged out there. So I actually work out how much steam these that are already on this are taking up. I'm going to put some industrial steam engines on the back and connect that to a capacitor bank, and then connect that to some of these guys. So I'm going to get some of these guys made. So vibrant alloy smelter is just energetic alloy, ender pearls. Energetic alloy is gold, glowstone, redstone into them. So I'll make all these bits. I need 2 of these things, of course. Octadic capacitors, so I might as well make the ones for the upgrades for the sag mill and the furnace thing while I'm at it. And I guess I'll be back when I've got all these little bits made and we're ready to put some stuff together, and we'll see how it all works together. Back in a bit. Oh then, and I'm back, and if you can check out the conversation that's going on here. Velo's just coming to save it. Now, Velotican is the guy who does most of the sorting out of the mod pack. Dave was the creator, and it's Dave's server at the minute. So Dave created the mod pack, Velo does a lot of the work, and Dave gave props out to Velo in his latest episode, saying that although Dave did create the pack, it's Velo does most of the work these days. And Velo's joined us on the server, which is very cool, so welcome to the server, man. It's nice to have you here. And he's just told me that this stuff, Quarry Plus, does not play nice with the new Buildcraft, which is unfortunate. So I've actually, balls. Yeah, I've actually made that as well. So I've just made loads of expensive stuff that unfortunately I'm not going to use because it doesn't work well with the new Buildcraft, and it causes servers to fall over. And it'll pretty much guarantee the server falls over. So I don't even want to place this, but what was gonna go on was, in fact, as long as it will be okay to place the blocks, yeah, just don't power off. Or should I was going to enchant the quarry to show how it worked. I don't want to knock the server over. last thing I want to do. So yeah, so what I need to do is I need to make a normal quarry. The problem is I should have not made this quite so quick. No one was talking about, no one was mentioning making these, so Dave didn't pull it. But it should have actually been pulled from the server, from the mod pack a few days ago. Yeah, the problem is the developer Yogs, I can't say his name. I think he might be Japanese. I think he's certainly a non-native English speaker. He stopped. He's walked away from the mod about 22nd of November, I think the post is, on his mod thread. So no one's updated it, and it's got an issue with buildcraft. So what I did anyway, I'll just talk you through it. I won't do it. It's cool. I won't place them. I'll just talk through what the crack was. So basically what happened was you create this block, the enchant mover, yeah? So that's got in 4 lasers, assembly table, advanced crafting table, an enchantment table, anvil, and some other stuff. And then what you do is you get a nice enchanted pick, and you'd place that down, the enchant mover, and it's got boxes on. It's got like an input. Let's try and do a little demo of it in my inventory. Let's move a couple of things out of here. So as you can see, I was just getting a few things together to start making a applied logistics system, which I'll do between episodes. I'll get a little applied logistics system set up. So I'm just going to do a normal quarry. It's going to turn. We're going to do. But basically, what you've got is you have an input and an output, and then 4 boxes in the middle. So you put the pickaxe into the input and the quarry into the output, and the boxes are efficiency, silk touch, fortune, and unbreaking. And whatever's on the diamond pick, you can click. So I could click efficiency 5 times, I could click unbreaking 3 times, and I could have clicked fortune 3 times, and then that would have added all them to the quarry. So the quarry would have been really fast. I guess the unbreaking means it would use less power relative to not having unbreaking on. And of course, any blocks man that are fortunable would have been fortune, which very nice. So that's how it worked. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some item frames for these to go in. Now I've just been wearing my Farmcraft stuff. I've given it all repair 1 using the thing there, just because it was all real damaged. So now that's all nice and repaired. I can swap it back for my main armor set. There we go, lovely and tidy. And as you can see, just been doing a bit of decorating, a bit of moving things around. I've kind of it's all easy come, easy go. Come on. There we go. So yeah, I've kind of set things back. I've moved the light nexus across here. By the way, Moonstone, if you look, with the Mage Tech staff at the minute, if you look on there, you'll see that's going up, and it's night time, and I'm guessing that's because it's Moonstone. Now a normal nexus, light nexus, will only go up during the day, so I'm guessing because I've got Moonstone caps on this, I've got Moonstone over here as well, which is the second best one next to Sunstone for the crafting altar. So nah, I don't need extra stuff back. It's all good. It's all good. I'll just go back in that large hollow hill and find some stuff. In fact, all I need is a few diamond. I can make a normal quarry. It's just unfortunate timing on my part. So it's like we'll call it an acco date for doing stuff too quick. So yeah, what I'm going to actually do is, so I'm not going to make the last part. Where is it? I've changed. I've done this exactly like I've got it in the Utopia server as well, because I just like that look. These inlays are for summoning bosses from Ars Magica, but normally you place them on a plinth so you don't actually get this graphic underneath. But if you place them floating, you get this nice little graphic floating down, so I like to use them. So what I'm not going to make is, I've got 64 tanks I don't want. I'll leave them there. Fuck it. So yeah, right. Come on, focus. What am I doing? What am I doing? I want 2 bits of leather, and I want some sticks. So I've got the wooden. I've got the deep storage unit that was the in the farm when I was actually sawmilling the stuff into wood. I've got that sat in there, so I've got a load of wood I can just use for building and whenever I need. I've got 15,000 planks in there to use as needed. So there we go. A couple of item frames, and I can have my quarry plus in one, and my enchant mover in the other. Wonderful, nice expensive wall decorations. Right then, so I guess I need to go mining to get some diamonds to make a normal quarry. So you need 11 diamonds, of course. I'll just pull the enchants off that. I'll got that lovely enchanted pick, and yeah, I'm gonna, because I won't ever use that. I've got this guy, and I'm soon going to be enchanting that guy with exactly the same thing that's got on it. That guy's going to get. So once that has got Fortune 3 on it, I'm really curious to see how crazy I can get by right clicking. I think I'm going to have to pair it up with some forestry backpacks just so that there's room to pick everything up. But, what I'm going to do right now is, there we go, that's just back to a diamond pickaxe. And because of the osmotic enchanter, all I've done is lost some aspects, not aspects, some V that's replenishing itself anyway, so I've not lost anything, which is nice. So you can just, that maybe is a bit cheap, you know, the osmotic enchanter. Once you've made it, it's possibly a bit cheap. Right, so 2 diamonds there. So 3, 4, 5. I need another 6 diamonds, so I'll go find them. I'll get a quarry made between episodes, and we'll go place it in a fresh Mistcraft age next time. Now, Dave said I can have cheat in a book, or I can create random ages. So I'm going to create a few random ages, see if I can get a nice flattish one that's good enough for, well, preferably a flat one that's good enough for quarrying. And if we do, I'll just use that. If I have real bad luck, I may cave in and spawn some pages in so I can make a decent mining age. But I'll decide that later on, once I see what kind of luck I've got. They can go in there. So now I guess what I'm going to do is, to finish the episode off, I've made a new spell. So I had a few points. I spent them in the Oculus. I've got 1 green point left, but I've spent a point on freeze and a point on area effects. I'm not sure what astral distortion does. I don't really want knockback. Blind, knockback might have been alright actually. And in here, this spell might be cool. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to spend that other one on Mana Region 2. That's always good to have in it. So I'm going to be killing some bosses soon, by the way, as well, because I want to get all the ones that I ain't got. So I'm not going to get any more blue points naturally from leveling. But I've got like 1, 2, and then all these blue ones, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I guess 10, 11. So I need to kill 11 bosses, 11 water guardians or earth guardians, whichever one drops a blue infinity orb. So we'll be doing that at some point. Right, so what do we want for this? We need 2 blue runes, 1 air essence. That's what I wanted to do. Arcane essence, ender essence. I've got no Vincium dust. Bollocks. Right, what I need to do is, I want to show you this. We need to think on an air essence now. So everything else we've done before. So 1,000 essence, that's light. So of course this stores neutral. So what we'll have to do is actually take the essence straight from there to there. This will be asking for light essence, not neutral. It's just unfortunate it's right on the edge of the page there, so you can't. So it's quite hard to see. But everything we've used up to now has been neutral essence. Of course, this comes from a light nexus, but because it goes into mana battery, it gets neutralized, so it gets stored as neutral. Does it tell me that? So is that dark blue means it's neutral, whereas that light blue means it's light, I'm guessing. But even though we've got 250,000 in there, we're actually also going to have, what's that going to be? 25,000 in there? No, that's 3/4. Meh, you do the maths. So we're going to have light. So I think that's close enough to reach that. If it's not, I might have to make a conduit, which is something else. But we need that air essence, and if you look at air essence, we can see that's what it looks like 3 little clouds. And we get it for bees, but we haven't got any bees yet. We can make it in this thing, an essence refiner. And there's 2 ways of making it: feathers and tama roots. So what we need to do is make an essence refiner. Essence, and that's that guy. And nice, we do not need any Vincium, we need one of them, which we happen to have, and I'm going to have to go use one of them diamonds. So that's 2 obsidian and some planks, easy enough. This is probably going to need a redstone signal, I would guess. Look at I've got a diamond, and I've got the obsidian. Oh, what obsidian? If I had obsidian, where would it be? There. Wonderful. And oh, hang on a minute, that's been chiseled. Let's see if I can turn that back into normal. Get my chisel, turn it back into standard obsidian. Wonderful. Down we go. Get some planks. And there we go, we've got an essence refiner, wonderful. And what did we need? We needed 2 feathers. Did it need Vincium in the middle? No, it needed arcane ash, which needs arcane compound, which needs stone. Okay, so I forgot already. Son of a bitch. I don't know how it works. Oh, you forget stuff so quick. Corners, cross and across. Let's have a few of these. I'm sure they'll come in handy. No, really low on. Got a stack of redstone there. Look, sat there doing that. So I'll make a few of these because it looks like I'm going to be using them now and again. And get rid of all you. If I jump up here, we've of course got a chest full of smooth stone here. That gives us arcane compound. Now I bet now I've made that, I'll never have to use it again after this. Take a couple of them with us. And what else do we need? Tama root, which I'm sure I've got some of. There we go, 2 of them. So our essence refiner is going to go here between them, and there, and there. I'm pretty sure this is going to need a redstone signal. We'll see. I'm going to send essence from there into there, and it looks like it maybe doesn't need it because it's putting essence into there. Let's have a look. So it's got some in there. That's all magic's going off everywhere. That'd look quite cool if it was up above the block, I guess. Oh, there it is. Made it already. Wonderful. So there we go. We've got air essence. Awesome. I wasn't expecting that to work so quick. So it didn't need a redstone signal after all. So again, let's look at this. Yeah. Crazy R's everywhere. way. Now Dave said they've managed to track down what caused the crazy amount of ores. There was a couple of config things that created a massive excess of ore. There's a couple of things that interacted, like possibly metallurgy and something that made it so that we've actually got far too many ores than what we should have. Well, if we recreate the world now, the ore situation would be a lot more sensible. But because this world has been running since Dave first started the 164 single player, then we've got all the crazy ores and the holes where we took artifice out and stuff. But 1 moonstone, 2 snowball, 1 blue topaz, 1 TNT, 2 moonstone, 2 snowball, 1 blue topaz, 1 TNT, and what else do we need? Snowball, 1 snow. And a Vintium dust. Tell you what, we're back in a sec. Okay, I'm back. I got myself a bit of Vintium, and I've just tried connecting that to the crafting altar here, because, as I said, this requires light essence. Oh, I forgot to get an arrow. Arrow? Yeah, cool. Got an arrow. There we go. And it's not reaching, so what I'm going to try and do is commit this thing here, just with smooth stone and bit of camerite, called essence conduit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place the essence conduit just there, like that. And now what I'm going to do is let's do that again. So I'm going to click on that, tell it to connect to that guy. I'm going to click on that guy, tell him to connect to that. Now, I'm not sure it's going to work, but let's give it a try. So you can go there. So that should let any essence flow through it to get to somewhere else, I think. Oops. I didn't want to put my pick on there, did I? I wanted to put the wrench on there. There we go. So let's just give this a try. So we'll start off with a rune. I want a Vintium and an arrow. Snowball. Moonstone. Air essence. Now, this is going to work. Balls. It's not going to work. So, that's gone dark. Look, it was light before. No, let's try this then. Let's try saying, you guy, go straight to there. Well, you... No, you won't. There's light essence going into it, you see it? So, you go to there. And then try again. Oh, it's gone in, look. TNT, it's asking for TNT. So something worked. So we got there. So we managed to get that in. Another snowball. Actually missed the point where it went in, but it did go in. That's good. Yeah, and the snow is just a block of snow. And finally, our parchment. Cool, and we should have a spell. That's a bit freezy. Now, I just called it freeze because Ultimate didn't have a ice spell, so I can't call it vast freeze or something like that. Like I have with the spells that I've got let's say an analog with Ultimate spells. You look freezy, don't you? Are you freezy? Let's have a go with... Let's have that guy. There we go. So we've got a new spell. Let's put it in the book. And it can go there. So fire, ice, and then lightning. So I guess we should go downstairs and see if there's something that's kill. Then I have to wrap up this sword, and I'm going to get it encoded this evening. It is quite late. It is midnight. Oh Jesus! So So I'll get this uncoded, get it uploaded overnight, and let's see what it goes. Oh. Oh, that is not going, is it? Well, so something's not going well there, is it? I'm sure it must do damage onto normal mobs as well, but can't it just be fire mobs, can it? That would make no sense. That would be like saying fire spell only does damage to snowmen. So it didn't seem to do any damage though, did it? So this spell is projectile freeze and ice and area effect. Well, I guess at least I'm consistent. Certainly not doing out, is it? Oh well. My sword's ridiculous now, by the way. Now it's got sharpness 5, looting 3. And top of the 12 base damage that it has. Right, anyway, thank you very much for watching. Sorry about the quarry thing going tits up. But I didn't want to break the server. So it's lucky Velo came on, really. Otherwise, I probably would have placed that and broke the server, and God knows how much work it would have been for them to sort it out. So I'm just kind of glad it got caught in time. So yeah, next episode we'll get on with placing a quarry and getting some resources in a Mistcraft age. Cool. Cheers. Bye.